Okay, so somebody commented and wanted to know what the turning radius is on the King Quad 750. So not sure. I don't even know how to really do it. I'm just gonna turn it and then measure it and see what I come up with. So I measure right at 20 feet where the outside marks are, and so I think it's half that. I did find some place where it said 10.2 feet. So if you measure the whole circle from outside edge to outside edge and then divide by 2, that should be about there. So it looks like it is accurate, about 10.2 feet. Anyway, that's what we got.
So I'm not sure how this really stacks up against other quads, but I've never had a problem with this one turning as sharp as I need to. As you can see here, it makes that corner with no problem.
All right, I wanted to give an update too on the Tamarack back seat. They call it a cargo lounger or whatever. You can store stuff in it. You can put a passenger on there if you choose to. They won't recommend it, but like I said in the last video, but you can. This is a nice one as far as how comfortable. I complained about the lock and the weatherproofing and some other stuff like that. So I said I would fix it and then give you an update. So I've done that, and just here to show you what I did. So basically, again, one of the problems was the lock on here is really crappy. When it was locked, as it came from the factory, if I had these buckles undone, first of all, I had to even mess with it to get it to engage. But then it was unlocked like this, I could lift it up probably a good solid, it would just flop up and down really bad, and it still moves some, but it's a lot better than what it was, and I feel like it's a little more secure now. Still not the best thing, but anyway, I'll show you what I did. So inside here, let me undo it. So the first thing I did is I put weather stripping in. I just went down to I think it was O'Reilly's auto parts store and got some of this weather stripping and just put it all along the edge. I learned as I went, you don't need to cut it. It just lays in there and you can kind of shape it. It might wrinkle a little bit like right there, but it's not bad and it adheres really well. I cleaned it first with some rubbing alcohol, but when I started, I was being stupid and I thought I had to cut each piece. So I was doing that and I got all these seams like that. But then toward the end, I figured it out that you can kind of form it and bend it right around. Since I've done that, it's worked really good. There's still some dust up in there because I didn't clean it out yet. But my son and I took it on a shed hunting trip Saturday, and I didn't get any dust in here. And then I just washed the quad, and it also kept water out for the most part. Even with the high pressure hose, I didn't get any water inside. So that was nice. But what I did with the lock thing here is I just filled it in. You can see the gap that they had here was really big. In fact, I have a tape measure. It's, pushing an inch gap, and that little latch thing is only not even an 1/8 inch thick. It's probably, you know, just maybe not even, I don't know, it's hardly anything. It's just like razor thin. So it just needs a very small opening. So I went and got some JB Weld plastic JB Weld putty stuff, and man, it is rock solid. I put it in there. It had a nice little concave area underneath here. I think you can see it. I'm not even going to try, but it was really nice to just pack it up in. I just formed it like it says in the instructions, and you knead it together until it's all a uniform color, and then you press it in. Now I'm not quite done. I'm gonna sand it down a little bit more. It's fairly smooth, but I'll sand it down a little more and then probably hit it with a little shot of black spray paint. But from back here you can kind of see what happened is that putty filled in that whole big gap difference right here from the top here down to where the little notch is. Now that piece can slide in there and it's more secure, and it was kind of hard fiddling with it, but finally got it. So I think I'll be a lot happier with it now. Still disappointed that it didn't come from the factory in the way that you can use it. But again, you can put quite a bit of stuff. I've got some Gore-Tex rain pants in here, a towel, snacks, my binoculars, a tripod. You can put quite a bit of stuff, so it's not bad. And my son wrote on there, we probably did 10 or 12 miles is all, but he said it was really comfortable. So anyway, it does get a little light in the front end when you put somebody on the back like that. My son's probably 180 pounds, maybe 190. And so when you put him on the back, it, you know, and then you gas it, it doesn't wheelie, you know, really. I'm sure I could if I tried, but just giving it hard acceleration, you can just feel it steer light in the front. So I don't know, there was a couple rough sections we got to, and all we did was have him get off and you know, walk. There was some switchbacks we went up, and it was pretty steep, really steep, with some boulders and things. And there was a couple sections we just decided, rather than risk it, let's just have you get off. So that's what we did. Anyway, got the bike all cleaned up today. Figure I might as well. I usually try to keep it pretty clean. It's more fun to me when they're new looking. They're expensive to buy another one, so I keep it in the garage, keep it clean, keep it serviced, and it's treated me well that way. Anyway, thanks for watching.